So, yes. Okay. Okay. So the tests will be on Friday. It will be an online test, and I will send you a link. You just go into the link and then you do the test. That's the written test will be on this Friday. You just go into the test. You get a code, and I'll send you further instruction during the week. But essentially, what you get is a link. You go into the link, and you do your test. The written test will be on this Friday. Okay. You just go into the test. You get a code, and I'll send you further instruction during the week. But essentially, what you get is a link. You go into the link, and you do your test. The written test will be on this Friday. You just go into the test. What is happening here? I'll send you further instruction during the week.
There's a
Hold on, guys. Okay.
There's a specific time on Friday?
It will be available from 6 p.m. So the way it will work is you can actually it will be available. Say you'll be able to do the tests once, right? But I will do it in such a way that it will be available for a number of days, or we'll decide on a number of days. Could even be available for up to a week, right? But as from so you can decide to do it on Friday evening or or Saturday. So you do it in your own time.
Okay.
Right? And then Doctor, you are muted.
Yes, I said thank you.
Yeah. So you can do it in your own time. Okay, so that's the whole idea of the test. And what I will also send during the week will be a detailed kind of like study guide. I can show you what it will look like, but some of it is ready. The rest of it I will complete and send to you. Let me share my screen. Screen 2. Okay, so this is what the study guide will look like.
Okay.
I will complete it and then send to you. All right.
Okay.
But this is so. For example, can you see my screen?
Yes.
I'll make it bigger just in case.
Yes, if it bigger. Okay.
Okay. So this is what the study guide looks like. So identify and articulate the meaning of the 9 key ethics of accuracy. Actually, there are only 8 here. The last one, cultural competence. Cultural competence. Okay. So you need to be able to identify and articulate the meaning of the 9 key ethics of accuracy, impartiality, confidentiality, and all that. And then you should also be able to you should be able to. So when you say identify, which means that if, for example, I give I give an analogy or a passage, a paragraph that you should be able to identify what
what code of ethic
is being, yes, what ethical code is being violated. Okay. So you should be able to do that, okay, for your codes of ethics. Then you should be able to understand the extent and the limits of your role, okay, by successfully applying your knowledge of. So this is what I was saying. Your knowledge of the 9 key ethics of 9 key ethics should be able to, demonstrate an understanding of the extent and limits of your role by successfully applying your knowledge to real life scenarios. So we'll provide real life scenarios that you.
Excuse me, Dr. Mina, could you
Yes.
please zoom it a little bit because I cannot see it.
Did you say what should I do?
If you could zoom it a little bit.
You want me to make it bigger?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Is this better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So you should be able to demonstrate evidence of proficiency in the 4 key techniques of consecutive medical interpreting, which is correct positioning, appropriate signaling, first-person interpreting, basic note-taking, and things like, maintaining register, register, and communicating idioms and things like that. I will expand this. Okay. You should be able to demonstrate and understand how to appropriately solve problems during interpretation, including cultural, linguistic, and environmental barriers to good interpreted communication. Okay. All right. You should be able to demonstrate awareness of the kinds of communication problems. Demonstrate awareness of the kinds of communication problems you are not to solve. Okay, that are not your role. Okay, to solve. Okay, there are some things that it's not your role to solve. Leave it to the provider. All right. 6, demonstrate knowledge of the application of the anatomical position in the description of the human body, which means you should know things like superior, inferior, anterior, posterior, medial, lateral, ventral, dorsal, and things like that. Okay. You should be able to demonstrate a basic understanding of atoms, molecules, and compounds as a foundation for understanding medical terminology, medications, medical procedures, diagnostic tests, and other information to enhance your ability to clearly and accurately interpret these in your role to support optimum patient-provider communication. So remember, we talked about atoms, molecules, compounds.
Please?
Yeah, we did all of that. Okay.
Once I've read, when we slept.
Okay.
Fabian, mute yourself. Yeah.
Fabian, you want to mute yourself?
Fabian.
Okay, it's okay. I've muted her.
Oh, that's not her. That's Joe.
That's Bettina.
Oh, it's not her. It was Joazelle.
Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. So demonstrate a basic understanding of the role of macromolecules in.
My goodness, why do people talk so much?
Who is this now?
Now Jeanette is talking.
Okay, demonstrate a basic understanding of the role of macromolecules in biological processes, including their roles in various biological functions, including enzymes, hormones, and structural components, the storage and transmission of genetic information, provision and storage of energy, and the makeup of cell membranes. So remember, we talked about macromolecules, proteins, carbohydrates, nucleic acids, and lipids. All right. Demonstrate an understanding of cellular structure and the role of the cell as a basic functional unit of life, so as to better comprehend and convey information about diseases like cancer, genetic disorders, and autoimmune conditions, and medical procedures like chemotherapy and gene therapy. And I will complete these notes, to include things like, let me just note the things that we'll be looking at. We'll be looking at the, actually, let me put this in. This is not complete, but we'll be talking about this as well. Okay. So we'll talk about the structural organization of the human body, from cells to tissues and organ systems. Okay. And bearing in mind, and there are, and bearing in mind that some medical conditions are, could be cellular, it could be tissue, it could be the organ itself. Okay. So we'll talk about that. And then 10, 11, remember we talked about homeostasis. I will homeostasis and pH balance. Okay, we talked about homeostasis and pH balance. And then we talked about human infections. Okay. We talked about the immune system. The immune system. And then and childhood immunization. Okay, so we'll talk about the immune system generally, and then childhood immunization. We talked about the lymphatic system. Talk about the lymphatic system. Okay. And the nervous, and then the various other systems of the body. Okay. Let me list them. The nervous system, the endocrine system, the excretory system, the cardiovascular, the cardiovascular system, 16, 17, 18, and then we did the the respiratory, the respiratory system, system 20. And I will tell you what we need to do about all of these systems, okay? The digestive
Okay.
system. The reproductive. And then I think the last one was the musculoskeletal system, 21, 22. Now, so for example, for the endocrine system, you will need to know the locations and names of the endocrine glands, the hormone they produce, and the function of the hormones. Okay. So, so when I say the locations, in other words, you get a diagram, okay, and then you would have to, for example, if that is, so when I say locations, for example, if you get a diagram, then you will need to, give the names of the the hormone itself. Okay. The name of the, what's it called now, the gland, the name of the gland, the hormone it produces, and the functions of the hormone. Okay. The nervous, human infections, again, I'll give more details. This is all, this is all stuff we did. I'll give more details, and all you just need to do is go into your class notes and review the class notes. Okay. Homeostasis, pH balance, the cardiovascular system, for example, you will need to know the structure of the heart, valves, heart, valves, and the major vessels. Okay. The heart valves and major vessels, the structure of the heart itself, as well as the pattern of blood flow through the heart. Okay, which means, superior and inferior vena cava, into the right atrium, into the right ventricle, out of the pulmonary artery to the lungs, back through the pulmonary veins to the left atrium, to the left ventricle, and out through the aorta. Okay, and then you will need to know which valves are involved. What is the valve between the right atrium and right ventricle, between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery, between the left atrium and the left ventricle, and between the left ventricle and the aorta. So you need to know that, the pattern of blood flow and the various structures that are that will be encountered along the way. Okay. For childhood immunizations, you will need to know the names, the names and their, so in all of these things, you have to, of course, you have to understand that with all of these things, we will include items for translation into your target language. For example, childhood immunizations, you need to know, the various childhood immunizations and the translation into the target language. Mumps, measles, rubella, chicken pox, polio, and all of those things. Okay, so that the translations into your target language, for childhood immunizations, and for along with human infections, we may include questions about what's it called now? Measures for infection control. For infection control, for example, things like so what do you do for, like especially in the hospital setting, things like masking, wearing PPE, wearing gloves, washing your hand in and out of the, before you go into the room and after you come out of the room, and things like that. So measures for infection control. Okay. So I will provide a lot more detail, on all of these things. For digestive system, of course, you need to know the various parts of the digestive system, right? From the mouth, so you need to be able to label them and give us the names. The mouth, the mouth, the teeth. So you give, for example, if you give a diagram, okay, and we'll number the diagram. So you have to say, if is this the tongue, is this the mouth, is this the esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus, appendix, liver, gallbladder, and then you give the name in English and your target language. Reproductive system and pregnancy and pregnancy, childbirth, pregnancy, childbirth, and contraception. Okay, so we're going to ask questions about, and then we're going to provide, again, I'll provide more detail about, in the way of your study guide, how you should study. So I talked about the digestive system, okay? Identify structures. In English and target language. Okay, same thing really in respiratory system. Same thing, identify structures in English and target language. Okay. Okay. Same, you know, this, the excretory system, kind of like the same thing. Now, remember, the excretory system is not just the, the kidney, all right? It also includes the liver and the skin, okay? So when we say the excretory system, liver and the skin. Okay, there's one system we don't have here. Let me make that 23. Integumentary system. Integumentary system, okay? Which is, of course, you know, this means the skin, okay? So, so this is pretty much what the exam is going to be about. Like I said, I will, you know, I will flesh this out from 11 to 23. Okay, flesh out what you need to know specifically as you study. And if at any time during the week, you know, up until you do your exam. So if you want to, you know, take more time, it's up to you to study. The exam will be, you know, the things that once you start the exam, you know, you can't start and stop. You have to complete it. Once you start it, you have to complete it. And there's a time limit, okay, to the exam. And
Professor, how long is the exam for? Hi, guys. Sorry.
Hi. Well, I haven't, depending on, I haven't decided yet, but I will make sure that it's not, you know, it's adequate time. So that see, because in structuring the exam, you know that because it is not supposed to be an open book test. You understand? Which means that I have to limit the time that you have to answer each question. Okay, which means that it shouldn't give you enough time to go look for the answer and come and provide the answer. It is something that you should. So I will, you know, so I have to in structuring the exam, I have to watch out for that, because, you know, I'm not gonna. You're not gonna be, you know, be proctored, you know, in real time. So that's yeah.
Is it expected to be long, like over 100 questions?
Is it expected to be long? It is expected to be of adequate length. Yeah, it will be of adequate length, not overly long, but adequate length.
How many questions?
Again, like I said, adequate number of questions. But the idea is not to make the exam difficult. That's not the point. The point is just to make sure that, you know, you have acquired, you know, an adequate body of knowledge. Now, you are not expected to know everything you need to know, you know, today. But it is to make sure you have a foundation that you can continue to build on, you know, as you advance in the profession. All right. So it won't be made unnecessarily difficult. It's things that should be, you know, if you take the time to review your material, it should be easy.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Questions? And if at any time during the week you have a question, you know every way to to contact me.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
That exam will be settled by you, the instructor, but don't we have like a state exam too we have to take after that?
There will be. So to note this, that it is not compulsory. Well, how do I put it now? It is not compulsory, but it certainly helps you. In other words, if you're looking for a job and someone has done it's actually not the state, it's actually kind of like national. So if someone has done that exam and you haven't, they might have an advantage over you, but it is not
Really required.
yes, it's not required.
Okay.
Yeah. What is required is this this is what is required. At least 40 hours medical you need to pass at least pass out of at least 40-hour medical interpreter training program. And ours has been a lot longer than 40 hours. So this is what is required.
40 or 60?
No. The requirement is 40. Ours is even ours. We said advertises at 60, but you know that we go a lot longer than 60.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you have met that. As long as you do this exam and you pass it, you have more than met that requirement. The requirement is 40 hours. Questions?
So you will be sending this, the what you just went over with us?
Yes. I will complete it and send it. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. This is just a study guide. You already have all the materials. Just a guide.
Yeah.
I should focus here, focus
So
there.
we go to
Yeah.
get the answers and the details.
Yeah.
And then
everything
else you uploaded for us on the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Questions?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
At least for me, that's
Okay.
it.
So everyone, we are registering for our next class. So I would if you pass the information on, I will send the just any friends or neighbors or just give them my number and things like that. We will also include the flyer for the next class so that you can share it with your friends and family. Okay, any questions?
That's it.
Angie? Question?
Yes, no, I'm good.
Okay. Bettina?
Oh, just remember to send the link for me, Professor. The
I'm
link that we're
good.
talking about.
Yes.
I'm good.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
will.
I'm good.
Bettina?
I'm good.
No?
Me figure moi.
I want to buy you.
Tout bagay en forme, mais ou même.
Ça va, grâce à Dieu. All right, so I will send. I will complete this. Send it on, and then again, like I said, any questions, you know how to reach me. Email. You can email Medsapient247. You can send email to Medsapient247 or WhatsApp.
So you're going to send the notes as soon as possible.
Yes. This I will send this as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, by tomorrow evening, I will send this
Okay, and the link for the exam will be on Friday, and then
Yes, yes, it will be available on Friday as from 6 p.m.
available on Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but we have a
If- if-
delay. Do
We
we have
have
a
all
delay?
week to take it, but you can only take it once.
Yes, and once you start, you have to complete.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
You can't leave it because it's time.
Yeah,
Okay.
it will be time.
Program for a certain number of minutes, and once you're done.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Gertie, can I see you before you go? Hello? Yay! Hi, Gertie. How are you?
Gary, you're muted.
Muted. Hello.
hello.
You should have reached out to her when you were in Haiti, Mika.
I wasn't in Port-au-Prince. I was in Ocap.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. She knows that.
Yeah.
Hi, Gertie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was afraid to go near you, Gertie, because they said that's where all the mess is.
Woo! Mika pe bandi.
That's right. Nkapon baka kouri.
Gadi qui boye le Port-au-Prince? Delma?
Pèlerin.
Oh, Pèlerin, ok, pas pi mal.
Papi mal, but ou pa ka soti amen au Cap pour venir Port-au-Prince.
Oh, no.
Oh, Gertie, they said they have a new route now. Ou passe pa Inch. My brother did it that way. But I was afraid.
Oh, yes. I heard that.
Yeah, but it's longer. But you can do it in Pangebonti na zone Samdadi.
Oh, yeah?
By plane.
No, bus. E pa biplane, no? Non bus, oui.
Mika, mwen bagaj de di mwen moun Port-au-Prince mpa pran bis pou mfe outside.
My sister came to see me. She lives in, I have a half sister. Hi, honey. I'm on a Zoom. Nothing happened. You fell asleep on my bed. I have a half sister, and what do you call it? Canapé vert. She took the bus. Li pran bus nan pase pa Inch, li vin au Cap vin wèm. Parce mte poton baye pou li vin chèche l nan mèm.
Route 3, like you fais route 3.
Non, yo fè ou pase nan plateau central.
Uh-huh.
Pase nan zon yo balè.
Uh-huh.
Puis,
Conge.
Fon ti dormi pendant la nuit lan. Yo leve encore 4 heures du matin, yo pran route la. Li rive Port-au-Prince à 7 heures du matin.
En pile ou découpé.
Oui,
Li pa
parce
sou sil kwa zati monsieur nan mon kabrit.
mba li. Li wa dim sa, non?
Ah, ok.
Mais li seulement fatigant parce que long. Li quitté depuis 7 heures du soir pour au Cap, li rive 12 heures temps. Et out lan pas tout long comme ça. Mais ou fait en 4 heures temps dormi dans mi temps la nuit là en côté. C'est comme ça le dit mi fait.
Yeah, but route sa gen comme si wè ti monsieur bien habillé dans route la, campé là, ou paye. Ou gen 4 stations
Et
pour
puis
payer.
c'est ça yo fait. C'est
C'est
payer.
payé,
Yeah,
payé.
Passer. OK.
Chauffeur a payé pour
Mhm.
monter dans bus là, il passe son premier stop, il passe son deuxième stop, il passe son troisième stop.
Oh, ça veut dire si on
Yeah,
pas
ou paye.
mais les chers, oui, semble c'est ça que fait au paye. C'est $800. Oui, il paye pour aller $800 pour le tourner. Hein?
Yes, parce que faut payer nèg yo sur route là.
Oh my goodness. Bah, ça camper au nom de Jésus. C'est pour diable
Oh,
ça.
non, c'est pour ça. Bah, c'est pour le finir. Le bagage a fini. Au nom de Jésus.
Amen. Sou diabétique ou pas ka prendre route ça. Sou cardiaque ou pas ka prendre route ça parce que l'on va le porter sur nèg yo, il pas beaucoup.
Mes amis, Jésus.
Comment
Yeah.
dire ton mot? Et puis, bah, la durée trop.
Li fait trop temps. Moun nan ki gen
Oh.
monopole nan men nan méchant pile.
Les
Mon l'autre
amis.
bagay encore.
Mm.
Ou paye pour d'état ou pas fouti parler. M'besoin checker. Le m'a retourner, ou connaît l'on son ticket d'avion la veille jour pour le passer, faut checker flight là. Li pas checker. Internet là brûlé. Mais ça mi
Ou
va
pas gen Internet ba isi a bay problem tou. Kom si Digicel nou gen Digicel gen Natcom. Imagine ou a pay
All right,
Digicel.
ladies, I will leave you. When you're done, Getty, you close the meeting.
Just leave the me.
All right, I'll leave you.
We're catching up.
Okay, bye-bye.
No, take your time when you're done.
Donc meeting na fini?
Meeting not fini pour lui-même.
Oui, pour moi.
Oh, okay.
Liwe nap
Okay.
Liwe nap catch up, li di, I'll leave you guys. That doesn't include me.
Non, tu t'imagines, Mika, ou a pay Digicel 150 goud par jour pour Internet. Presque c'est 150 goud par jour.
Mes amis.
Li pa bon accès ou ke do a camper là. Et puis comme si que li monte jodi on ke do a payer un prix, demain on est monté pour comme si pour recharger ou bien pour faire l'autre plan parce que c'est plan.
Oui, même
Ça
si vous
que-
pas utiliser li au prendre, pour qui ça vous fait ça?
Li prend et puis demain si je veux ouais, comme si ça va l'utiliser à li tête
Et
nèg
donc
encore.
l'autre l'argent.
Ça li pas bon et puis yo vinn bon bif entre yo. Ça ou ti femme nan gen Natcom li va
Yes,
foutre